Hi there, listener. You're about to experience TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games, and there will be plenty of game talk, but also copious amounts of crude, off-color, offensive, and immature speech. So if you are of a rather sensitive humor constitution, we're just letting you know what you're in for with this show. It has games. It has jokes. You know, just games and jokes. Take the games, take the jokes, and have a good time.
Hello, Internet. Welcome to another TADPOG podcast. It's a show that happens twice a week. We're still, for 2 weeks running, two old guys talk about old games. It's Other Shit Monday, so anything we want to talk about, anything at all. And if you listened last week, you'll know that we very heavy-handedly decided to play the NES classic
Tailspin.
Tailspin would have been a better choice, but we went the road less traveled with Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did that thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we did. Oh, okay. But before we get on to just the glory that is Beetlejuice, I'm your bearded host, Tyler. And in front of me, I have two pieces of writing written by me when I was 9 years old. One is a scary story.
Excellent.
The Tale of Rocky Ridge.
Question
mark. So the Tale of Rocky Ridge?
Is that a person or an actual ridge?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no recollection. And then the other is, I'm assuming, a praise song I wrote.
What's a praise song?
A song that you write to praise Jesus.
So you don't write it to Jesus.
It's written like a letter, but I have at the top, go with the music to whoop there.
Excellent.
So I guess this is to the music of whoop there it is.
So you're definitely going to perform it for us? If you give me the lyrics, throw it up on the TADPOG big screen we bought with all that Patreon money, and I'll sing it with you.
Get Kirk Franklin to stomp in the background. It'll be great. Which would you like to hear first, Dave?
Whoop there.
Okay, go with music to whoop there.
I'd like to end on a scary note. So,
because this is, keep in mind, I'm 9 years old.
Right now.
Raised in a very Christian conservative household. Yeah. So
it seems like you might be having second thoughts about reading this thing.
Oh, okay.
You're committed at this point. You gotta.
You're right.
Do you want me to find? I can play some Whoop There It Is if you want. I'll find it. I'll play it in the background.
You have a good Whoop instrumental.
Yeah.
So it doesn't. I don't want to interfere with the purity of my writing.
We're gonna owe the Whoop There people lots of money. All right, you've convinced me to not. I doubt I can. Give me about 3 hours, Tyler, and I can find a MIDI file that we can play in the background.
It would help if I had written it instead of just one big block of text. Some things in bubble letters, some things not. Some words bigger than others.
A dramatic reading. What's the name of the song?
Untitled.
Okay.
I'm going to assume by all the words that are capitalized, Jesus is awesome. Yeah.
All right.
Hey, you wild Christians.
I'm not going to make it through this. All right.
Hey, you wild Christians, scream. And scream is done like I've written with one of those pens that used to shake. So I guess it's a scary scream for the Lord. Hey, Jesus is awesome. Hey, Jesus is awesome.
Hey, Jesus is awesome.
Yo, I can't hear you sing a little louder. Hey, Jesus is awesome. What? I still can't. What? I still can't hear you. Hey, Jesus is awesome. What? Hey, Jesus is awesome. Yeah, that's it. Repeat it. Jesus is awesome. Man, that's music to my ears. Give me a J. J, give me an E. E, give me an S, S, give me a U, U, give me an S, S. What does it spell? Jesus. All right, he is awesome. Yeah. By Tyler Holland. 2 words, influence, comma, Jesus.
I gotta admit, that's the best script for The Office that I've ever heard.
All right, now be prepared to be scared, Dave.
Oh, I'm prepared. I'm prepared to be scared. Look, I feel the Holy Spirit within me right now. I feel like I can take this scary story.
The Tale of Rocky Ridge. Once upon
Can you read it as Josh, please?
Once upon a time, there were some new kids in Rockville, Arizona. They thought they were super thoof.
What?
It's supposed to be tough, but I spelled that really wrong.
How'd you spell it? With an S?
T-H-O-U-F.
Gotcha. You knew there was an H in there somewhere. I guess I just put it in front.
They thought they were super tough on their new bikes. On their new bikes, they told everyone they could go down any hill in America.
Even the back hill?
But that's what they thought. Oh, any hill in America. Not European hills, just American hills. One day they were riding their bikes when they met up with some people called the Thunderheads. The Thunderheads had heard of what the new kids said about the hills. The lead Thunderhead said they couldn't go down Rocky Ridge without getting killed. The new kids never heard of the hill, but said it was the steepest one in America. And the Thunderhead said that no one ever went down it without mysteriously disappearing. The new kids didn't believe them and made the bet. Then the bullies took them down to Rocky Ridge.
That's where you done fucked up, right there.
The kids stared down at the steep, then went down it, went so fast.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
All right.
It's iambic pentameter, Dave. Roll with it. Went so fast down the hill that they turned into yellow flashes. They were yelling. Yells.
They turned into yellow flashes. They were yelling. Yells?
They were yelling yells of pain and agony. They disappeared, and their bikes went on down the hill, crashed, fell apart, then disappeared. The Thunderheads were so scared they ran off so fast that they swallowed a buck. 5 days later, they found the bidets of the kids. Then the spirits rose out of the dead bodies and haunted the Thunderheads for the rest of their short lives. And all the bullies died the day they were supposed to get married. The end? Question mark.
Does it continue? Did you ever write? I think you should write the follow-up. Look, instead of us talking about Beetlejuice today, let's write the follow-up story to that. From the wives' perspectives, from the fiance's perspective.
Rocky Ridge, don't do it. It's the steepest hill in America.
And then they get together, because clearly they're bullies, so they're not friends. They can't keep friends for very long, but they're really good at impressing girls. And so what happens is these fiancés all somehow let's investigate these strange murders of our betrothed, and then they all meet together somehow through a series of crazy events, and then they piece together the mystery of Rocky Ridge, and then they go there, and then they go down Rocky Ridge.
Or let's make our own spinoff podcast, Serial 2. The documentary Serial
Electric
style.
Boogaloo.
We'll find an interview and try to figure out what happened to all these kids in the history of the hill, all broken down episodically like Serial.
Brandon saw the young boy's spiret. A witness testimony.
We'd like to interview one of the Thunderheads, those bullies, but they all died. They were supposed to get married. Their wives declined interviews.
I am super glad that you've listened to Serial and you're able to do that because, like, I committed to doing that like way before I realized I've never fucking listened to that podcast. So I had to do this like thing in my mind where it's like, what would Serial sound like? Probably like this. We interviewed Brandon about a thing. Fuck. What's up, Internet? I'm Dave. In case you haven't noticed, this is a silly episode. This is a silly episode. I mean, the level of Beetlejuice talk probably gonna be pretty low. Not gonna lie to you, probably gonna be pretty low. I want to go ahead and start out with I done goofed. We didn't goof. I done goofed. I referenced a game last episode, which if you listen to last episode, you know that I just ate a big burrito. We edited the Diddy Kong Racing episode and uploaded it and all that good stuff before recording this. So we're like super just going to phone this one in because, man, I'm tired. I've got a burrito that's just like sitting on like, I don't know what organ it is, but it is like a really painful one. And in my haste,
Dave is going to be yelling yells of pain and agony soon.
In my haste to get that Diddy Kong Racing episode done so we could go ahead and I could eat my giant burrito, I referenced a game incorrectly.
Only completely.
Yeah, only entirely. The game that I was trying to think of when I was talking about the clown with the red balloon was Seventh Guest. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell you a secret. If it's an FMV adventure game, I just think it's the same. Like
it doesn't really matter what the title is. They're all the same.
Whatever it is, that's no joke. Whatever it is, I just think it's the same game. And I will totally be like my dad and completely mess the name of that game up. I don't know, the 18th hallway? Look, let's be honest. There's too many of them that start with a number and then a noun.
That's true.
There's just too many of them.
Yeah.
I've got a little bit of a story about that game in particular, that scene in particular, that red balloon scene in Seventh Guest, and I need to tell the story without incriminating anybody. But if you're listening, which I know that you are, you know who you are, and I hope you're cool with me telling the story. There was a phase in my life when I was in middle school. I thought that prank calling was like just the funniest fucking thing that you could do.
It's true.
That is the epitome. Tadpog Deep Cut. That was the epitome of comedy. Was a prank call, and not only that, I was also the asshole. Like I would straight up order pizzas for people and like have them sent there. Like I was totally that asshole kid who was like, oh, well, you pushed me at lunch, huh? Guess who's getting 8 pizzas? You. And of course that does nothing but frustrate the delivery man.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, the kid is just like, oh, well, I mean, all right. I guess that thing happened.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. You guys have a good night. Unless you want 8 pizzas.
Yeah, by any chance, do you guys want 8 pizzas? You mean to tell me you didn't order 8 cheese pizzas? All right.
Well, I guess I'll take these back to the restaurant and then we'll get to take them home.
Is that what happens?
A lot of times, yeah. Whenever I was there, we could make a pizza and take it home, or if there was an order wrong, whoever wanted it would just take it.
At what point are they like, was that ever a problem when you worked?
It never once happened to me.
At your pizzeria? So clearly it's not a problem.
Not anymore. Not anymore. Not in the 2000s.
It's not nearly the craze it used to be. Why did it die off?
Internet?
Online ordering? Yeah. Just, why did it die off? I don't know. Kids can look at porn now? Oh, right. Yeah. I guess that would kind of take the fun out of ordering pizza. So,
Caller ID.
Yeah, it's star 67, though. 67?
I don't know.
There you can block your number. I don't know. Look, I was a pretty big prank caller in middle school. I'm pretty sure it was star 67. So one of the things that I did with a friend was call up this kid who was a classmate and who he was a friend, right? he was that guy who was a friend, but he was super annoying. You're in 6th grade, so you don't like really have the balls to tell somebody, hey, look, you're annoying. You need to stop like being annoying. Like these just stop. People will like you more. You're a good person. People will like you more if you stop doing these things that everyone fucking hates. So instead of like doing that, we just tormented the fuck out of him by calling him and prank calling him. So
it's the way you were like, well, you know, when you're young, you don't have the balls. Because we totally have the balls to do that with a current friend right now who we're both totally thinking of.
Me. Yeah, we're both thinking of me.
Yeah. A TADPOG guest host. You figure it out, listener. Who do you think I'm talking about?
We're going to open the polls. Text 270-883-2555 and vote 1 for Jacob. Vote 2 for, I don't know, some other guest host.
Tyler Dunnigan. Why not?
Thank you. I was trying to go for an obscure one. Sorry, Dunnigan. But come on. We want you back. We want you back. Yep. It's time to come back. Time to come home, Dunnigan. So I want to play for you, if you don't mind, what we did. We called him one time and played him this, just verbatim. We just played this. The phone rang, he picked up, and then this happened.
20 balloons, Sonny. Here's a nice one. 20 balloons.
This nice young Christian boy cried. He cried, and that was when the prank calling stopped for me, because I was like, this shit just got real. Not only did he cry, he talked about it for like the next couple days. Yeah, like a demon fucking called him. Like that was his takeaway. I'm pretty sure that we derailed his entire life from that point.
Pretty good.
I think we should prank call someone.
I would have also liked if, like, you ordered so many pizzas, a woman answers the door and just breaks down crying because now she's in financial ruin that has been brought upon her.
She felt obliged to buy all the pizzas. Right?
Pizza Hut is a good and moral company, and she shouldn't have them suffer.
Yeah, I do think that we should. I mean, we called Wiley last episode and wished him a happy birthday. You can tell we recorded this in the same night because there's so many like calling back all this shit that happened days ago, which
we can't remember anything.
Never do that shit. It's always like, what did we play last week? Bomberman?
What was before Bomberman? I don't even know what we played.
Resident Evil? I don't know. I think we should prank call somebody is my point.
Okay.
I think we should prank call Meg.
She if she wasn't asleep, I'd say
that's perfect. That's the perfect time to prank call someone when they're sleeping. I don't know if there's like, it'd have to be someone we have to be a random number. Because otherwise we're going to be in their phone book. You just pull up in there. Yeah, I know. She's going to
call Josh. She just says Dave Moore on his phone.
Yeah, Dave? Bye.
Something Prince Albert. That was the thing.
I was notorious for being like, I mean, look, I'm not trying to make a huge deal out of it or anything, but I always did get compliments about how I could keep a prank going and not crack up. That was kind of my claim to fame, Tyler.
It's pretty good.
Was not cracking up when we were prank calling. Who you texting?
No, I was looking through my phone book
for somebody to call?
For people who we both know, but their numbers might not be in your phone. The only person I can think of, and I lost her phone number whenever I switched phones, who'd be perfect, would be to prank call Galen. I think that would be pretty good. But nope, I don't have her number anymore, sadly.
Okay. Well, I don't want to make anybody
The drunk guy from my old work.
Yeah, you got his number?
Because he's probably super drunk. If that demon calls him right now.
It's pretty good radio, I think.
It's pretty good radio.
Let's name people. Let's just name people for the next 15 minutes. How about
Nikki Irby? Is she in your phone?
Maybe.
Not anymore.
Sounds kind of familiar. That would be pretty cool to prank call my wife. God,
I'm reasonably sure that his number is not in your phone book, but I have it because he put it in the Facebook group one time. We could call Phil Hawkins and prank call Phil Hawkins.
Let's do it.
All right.
What's the prank?
You just want to play the demon number, the demon noise.
I can't do it through my phone because I'm using my phone to call him. I tell you what, we could play it through. I mean, it's gonna sound like complete dog shit to everybody listening, but we could play it through like the laptop or something like that.
I think that'd be pretty good.
All right.
Here's his phone number.
What, you don't want to read it out loud? The whole internet can call him. And by whole internet, I mean like 1/300,000th of the internet. Well, I'm being generous.
So TADPOG Nation, shh. He doesn't know that we're about to call him, but he's listening to us now making this call.
I mean, he's not a dumb guy. He's gonna see 270 and be like, "Oh, it's Tadpog." There's no one else I know in fucking Kentucky.
Who's calling me and making clown demon noises? It's either Great Aunt Gertrude or Tadpog, and Great Aunt Gertrude's been dead for 2 years. That's sort of a riff on that Patton Oswalt. Well, who do you talk to pussy about?
I haven't heard that.
Great Aunt Mildred, but she's dead. So no one.
All right, the number's queued up. Are you ready? Do you think we'll make them cry?
Hopefully.
All right. You ready to scare them?
Assuming he gave me the right phone number in the first place. So let's see.
I'm just a random person. All right. So we're going to prank his... We're just going to leave a voicemail.
Yeah.
It's going to be like Wiley's birthday.
Hi there. This is Phil Hawkins. I appreciate your phone call, but unfortunately, I'm not around to take it at this moment. But if you could leave me a message with your name and your phone number and a good time to contact you, I'd be happy to return your phone call as soon as possible. You have a good day.
To leave a callback number, press 5. We did not get your message either because you were not speaking or because of a bad connection. To disconnect, press 1.
No.
To record your message, press 2.
Okay, 2. 2.
At the end of your message, press 1. We did not get your message either because you were not speaking or because of a bad connection. To disconnect, press 1. To record your message, press 2. At the end of your message, press 1.
This is the next 45 minutes.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message, press 2. To erase and re-record.
I've never heard a voicemail
To
do this
continue
before.
recording where you left off.
He has
4.
break protection.
It's not loud. The iPad's not loud enough to pick it up.
Message review.
45 minutes.
If you are satisfied with your message, press 1. To listen to your message,
That's
to
it.
send your message with normal delivery, press 1. To send, thank you.
Take a
Your
break.
message has been sent. Goodbye.
You done been pranked, Phil.
Oh, shit. Where'd my phone go?
Here it is.
See how much airtime we...
Burned up with that? Yeah.
Only the first 25 minutes of the show.
I kept my cool, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't crack up, Tyler. Except for the actual voicemail we left.
Break calling in your 30s. Good stuff. You want to talk about Beetlejuice now?
Not really. Do we have to?
You want to talk a lot of shit about Beetlejuice?
Okay, yeah.
That sounds better.
We're going to shit on it?
Yeah. That was my plan. What was your experience?
Here's what I'm going to lead with. All right? You ready for this?
Uh-huh.
You ready for this bomb?
Uh-huh.
Are you sure?
Yep.
All right.
Okay.
California Raisins was better than this game. Boom. I said it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I totally agree.
The game that didn't come out was better than Beetlejuice.
Mm-hmm. Goonies 2.
Better than Beetlejuice. What is, Tyler, what would you say the worst game we've played so far is?
Man, this is a fucking contender.
I know. That's why I'm asking. Monster Party, like 1,000 times
Monster
better
Party's
than
so
this.
much better than this. Monster Party's...
It's a good game.
All right,
I think it's a
yeah.
good game.
Yeah, man, it might be. I mean...
It might be Beetlejuice.
Star Wars...
Super Star Wars. Is that what you're saying? Or
Sparkster?
Sparkster's better than Beetlejuice.
Yeah.
Do we have a new worst game?
Yeah, I think this is the worst game we have talked about.
Although your opinion may differ than mine, I would honestly actually rather play Beetlejuice than Super Turrican 2. I hated that game.
Man, that puts your hatred really into perspective. I guess at least that one's so bad you can talk shit about it. Super Turrican's just frustrating.
Had you ever played this game as a kid, Tyler?
Do I need to read my praise song again to center us?
You want to call Phil again and sing it? Let's do it. Let's do it.
You really don't want to talk about Beetlejuice?
No, I just...
Let's just call Phil for the next hour and sing him hymns. No, Amazing Great, like just all the hits. I'll sing all the hits at him. Maybe we'll wait and that'll be our stingers. We'll call him and sing it to him. All right. Dave, do you hear that?
Yeah, it's the super, like, uncrackably cool prank call train. Trainsy.
So smooth.
So,
success
my God.
rate just batting 1,000.
Which, of course, ushers in a segment that I like to call, I need to look up Beetlejuice on Wikipedia real quick. I got too involved in the prank. And, I mean, I do have Tailspin pulled up on Wikipedia if you'd like me to read that instead. Okay, guys. Beetlejuice video game. Beetlejuice is the title of 3 different video games. The original Game Boy and Nintendo Entertainment System releases were developed by Rare and published by LJN. Another game was released for the DOS in 1990 called Adventures of Beetlejuice: Skeletons in the Closet.
Sounds awesome.
Yeah. It's actually Beetlejuice tries to help his 5 closeted gay friends come out to their skeleton fathers. Each game is loosely based on the film, an animated series of the same name. Here is specifically what it says for NES. I'm mostly curious about the DOS version. In the game, you control Beetlejuice through various side-scrolling and overhead view levels in an effort to scare the yuppie Dietz family and friends that have taken over the house. You stomp on cockroaches in order to gain points that you used to buy various scare tactics that you use to defeat various enemies and bosses. This is poorly written. I would like everybody to just search for Beetlejuice NES on Wikipedia, and you'll see this is not a really highly trafficked page.
And Wikipedia editors aren't all over this?
Although the initial levels of the game are based upon the film, with Beetlejuice venturing through the Maitland house to find and scare away Otho, the later levels are original and involve Beetlejuice fighting mythical creatures in such locations as the neighborhood sewer system. The game concludes in the waiting room from the film, spoilers, reimagined as a giant vertical maze.
A waiting room reimagined as a giant vertical maze.
Had you ever played this game before?
No.
I had.
I didn't. I jokingly said that. You're like, oh no, it's a game, and I've played it.
Yeah. I played it twice. I remember through kid logic, I played the game. I rented it. I played it. Honestly, this is not a joke, didn't make it past the screen.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Of course.
I did not make it past the first screen. And I returned the game. I probably rented every other NES game that this rental store had. Mm-hmm. I decided to rent Beetlejuice again. I guess through kid logic, thought maybe it's better now. Maybe, surely I can figure out my way past the first screen. Mm-hmm. No. No, I didn't. You know why? I just didn't learn that you can't jump on that first monster and kill it. I guess I just thought that you can do it in Mario. You should be able to, like, just jump on the enemy. Because there's no way to, I couldn't figure out a way to kill the enemy.
Well, see, what's further confusing is there are some enemies you can't jump on, and in a very small number of enemies you can.
Right.
You have no really real reason of knowing.
No.
Ugh.
Well, that's Beetlejuice, everybody. Because I didn't get past first screen playing through it again.
Okay. As a child, I wish I would have known this. As an adult, I know if you pick up a game and in the corner you see the little rainbow and LJN, it means you are picking up a piece of garbage. You're a human. You don't handle garbage like that. Just put it back down and wash your hands and keep going. Because I don't know, LJN had zero quality control, and they asked already overworked or brand new programmers to just make them some games and then didn't check the quality at all and just published them, because the quality of games LJN produces seems like intentionally bad. They're all so bad. I don't understand how this happens. I owned one LJN Super Nintendo game.
Which one was that?
X-Men Spider-Man Arcade's Revenge.
Bad game.
Bad game.
Bad game. I remember that one. That one also burned me.
It's setting over there. We can do an
LJN series after we're done with our Capcom's or Capcom afternoon cartoon special games. We'll do LJN games.
Oh man, because that game frustrated the shit out of me so, and I played it so
it's
much.
Bad. Oh, it's horrible.
I played it so much just hoping I could get a little further. I remember when I had my Game Genie, I was like, fuck yeah, I'm going to fucking beat this game finally. A lot of levels, I remember I turned invincibility on for Spider-Man, which makes Rhino invincible as well. So you can't beat Spider-Man's level with invincibility on. And something in Storm's level is an underwater level.
That doesn't make any sense.
It's because she's afraid of water and enclosed spaces.
Okay.
So Arcade has put her in her worst nightmare. God. So it's all it's Sonic the Hedgehog style, trying to she's very tall and thin and trying to fit in pipes and shit, and she can't breathe and she's scared. It's just that's awful. The Wolverine is in a clown ball pit trying to fight Juggernaut, where you have to cut the rope on these 100. Okay, I don't want to fucking go into it. Let's talk about. Is it talk about how shit that LJN game is? Talk about how shit this LJN game is.
It's really bad. It's really bad. Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I started playing this game. I was joking earlier. I got past the first screen. I'm not 7 anymore, guys. Come on. Clearly, you can tell from that prank call that we left Phil Hawkins. I got past the first screen, and I got to a part where the game transfers from a side scroller to an overhead view, and I died. Game over, and I didn't feel like playing back to where I got. And I said, you know what? It's not a big deal. I'll phone this in. I will just watch a gameplay video, and I'll be good to talk about this game. Started watching a gameplay video, got bored with that, so just gave up and figured, hey, I feel like that's a pretty good review of the game. Well, I was happy to give up on the game.
Yeah.
It is my thing to complete a game that I start. It makes me feel really bad when I don't finish a game that I've started. I did not have a problem with that when it comes to Beetlejuice. That and Fist Puncher.
Well, let's see. When I sat down to play this game, or even the first time I saw the movie, my first experience with Beetlejuice was the cartoon.
That was a good cartoon.
I loved the cartoon.
It was a great cartoon.
So whenever, my parents wouldn't let me watch the movie when I was little. I could watch the cartoon, but I got old enough to watch the movie. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? Where's Doomy? Why are they in this world? And why is Lydia but they're kind of in love, Beetlejuice and Lydia. What's wrong? I don't know. Why is he super? I mean, he's kind of gross, but why is he being really weird?
I'm getting a really rapey vibe off of Beetlejuice.
Yeah, this movie.
I don't know about this.
This movie is totally wrong. But so you have the cartoonish interpretation, the actual movie, and then the video game interpretation, which is different than all of them. Because, well, okay, here's one thing. It's a double-handed compliment. The only thing I liked about this game was the music. But in this setting, the music makes absolutely no sense.
Yeah.
It's perfectly fine 8-bit music.
I agree. Actually, I
could
really
just listen
enjoyed the
to
music
it.
too.
But it makes like you start off like you're just like a house. Like Beetlejuice has just like this house somewhere, and you're trying to turn the lights on, and then you can walk on clouds, and the music is kind of like chipper and cheery and happy.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be the model house that's in the attic.
Well, see, the model house must have first been an old Ruby Tuesdays because of the light fixtures that they have hanging down.
Well, it also doesn't make sense that there's a quote unquote town map where it shows where it's like, imagine Ghosts and Goblins, right? Mm-hmm. Where it does like the scroll where it shows you where you start and then where you go, that kind of deal. Except it doesn't scroll, it's static. My favorite thing about this is there is a spoiler on that static screen. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
There's the covered bridge that the couple drives off of.
Oh, okay.
And it's right there on that map is the covered bridge has a big hole in it and there's a red car in the water. Okay, so that is by itself okay, right? That's fine. I mean, we all probably, you didn't see Beetlejuice, but like, I mean, whatever, it's there. But what's interesting is at the end of the first level, there's this like 1-frame cutscene of the car driving off of the covered bridge. So it would be cool if the car was on the map after that point, but it's on the map before that point. So it's like they're showing. I'm just saying everything, the timeline, Tyler. The timeline is
continuity, Rare. Which Rare, this must have been like Rare's first game when Rare was just one dude, Ed Rare. And that's
It wasn't. I pulled up a list because I was, believe it or not, Tyler, when you look up Rare on Wikipedia, Beetlejuice isn't one of the games that's listed under Rare's Wikipedia entry. So I had to dig a little bit deeper. Mm-hmm. I had to do a search for list of all games developed by Rare. Dude, they've developed a lot. I had no idea they developed this many. So far, just going through, I mean, right after Beetlejuice, they developed a game called Sneaky Snakes.
Sneaky Snakes, okay.
So we could try that. Our next list, let's just go chronological order.
Rare Tarnished Gems.
Uh-huh.
Because we're playing through N64 and Super Nintendo, which is like Rare's golden years. So we can go back to when they were still growing up.
Just Ed Rare. Yeah.
Just done by Ed Rare, just the cranky, crotchety old man who refused to ever read any source material for any game he was making.
He's who they base Cranky Kong off of.
It's true. It's very true.
Tyler?
Yes.
Did you finish this game?
No.
That makes me feel better.
No.
Did you finish a gameplay video of this game?
I did.
Okay.
I watched a TAS video where it was beaten in like 9 minutes.
Oh, that was probably a smart choice.
Yeah. It made it look super easy.
Yeah.
But all right, so I start out and you have to go, you're locked out of your house. So you have to go over, jump on a cloud, okay? Get a key, go into your house or a house, and the light coming down from the Ruby Tuesdays lights kill you.
Or lasers.
So you have to maneuver over and hit the light switch and then continue to climb the house to get more keys, and you exit out the roof.
I like the Beetlejuice death animation.
Oh,
it doesn't make sense.
Explodes in the bones.
But yeah, I like that he explodes in the bones.
But like, man, okay. All right, for a guy who, to defeat him, you say his name 3 times, he has to be pretty fragile, right? Because everything in this game hurts you. Mm-hmm. Everything. Mm-hmm. So look, in most games you would think like all these torches on the walls are going to just be like
background.
Yeah. No.
They're not background.
No. You touch the very bottom non-fiery part of the torch, dead. Like everything in this game fucking kills Beetlejuice. Everything. The
bottom of the screen killed me the most.
Yeah.
Because the way this works is,
oh my God,
it doesn't scroll the screen doesn't scroll down or up as long as you are not standing on something. Mm-hmm. Like if you're standing on a ledge, the screen will scroll to adjust so that you're in the center of the screen. which isn't a big deal left and right, but it's a huge deal up and down.
Yeah.
Because what'll happen is if you're on a ledge and you jump off of that ledge downward to where you know there's ground,
But it has scrolled up, so it's no longer there.
it's not visible. But I mean, you know it's there because
It's there.
you just came that way. You die.
Yeah.
The screen doesn't follow you. It doesn't follow you as you fall. It stays exactly where it is, and it's just like that ledge you just jumped up from just doesn't fucking exist anymore.
Beetlejuice has horse blinders on the top and the sides, so anything that he can't see is just death.
It's not there.
So
I think
there's
it's
no
more-
rapid ascension or descension. It has to be like climbing stairs, one at a time. Take them two at a time, you're dead.
I just like to think that Beetlejuice likes to stay in the present.
Yeah.
He doesn't worry about what just happened. He doesn't really worry about what's coming up so much. He just really enjoys living in the present moment.
Okay. And well, not only that is like, all right, there are no horizontal barriers really in this game, only vertical barriers. So like you can walk through walls. You can walk through like when you're outside, you can walk through the stone and fall to your death.
Yeah, I think that happened to me about a billion times.
Yeah, because no, you would think you would stop there at the mountain.
Right.
Nope, you'll walk through it and fall off. Once you get off that horizontal platform, you'll fall. You'll go, and you press. Normally, you would press like down and A, and you'll go from level. You can drop from level to level. Well, down and B is Beetlejuice's only offensive maneuver, which is a small stomp.
And that's just regular. That's just B.
That's just B?
Yeah, you can just press B and he does it. This offensive maneuver is only effective against
Crickets.
some people. Some people call them beetles, but they're money. Essentially, they're money.
There are these big holes in the ground at certain places that bugs will crawl out of. You stomp them to get credits.
They're called help vouchers.
And there's no like meter in the screen. There's no like
nothing to indicate.
you don't have like a health bar with how much vouchers you have or anything like that. The screen's just blank with Beetlejuice. So you don't know how many. And as you're trying to stomp these bugs crawling out of these holes, there are other
Let's just call them beetle holes.
beetle
I like
holes,
that.
and you can drop down into the beetle holes. And the enemies that are in the beetle holes, yeah, if you press down
Really?
A,
You can jump down
you
in
can
them?
jump down into them. And then the enemies that are in there, you can actually jump on and kill them for points, and then come back out.
The point. Are the points the same as help vouchers?
They're more.
Okay. So I mean,
But
there's still money.
Yeah, they're
Okay.
still, but it's still like you'll probably die
They're
because you
hard?
drop down there and they're like everywhere. And of course, if you don't hit them just right, you die.
I thought it was really, really, really weird that there was a button in the game just dedicated to stomping on beetles. Like, I felt like that was really bizarre.
Ed, what are you gonna do? Oh, Beetlejuice, right? He hates beetles. Turn beetles into juice. So you press the B button to juice the beetles. I don't know what's a good exchange system nowadays. The dollar's shit. The yen's fucking everywhere. What help vouchers? I mean, that sounds a lot like the fucking food stamps, but I guess food stamps in the spiritual world, we'll call them help vouchers.
Ed Rare, everybody. Ed Rare.
And you go into the house of the shrunken head guy that was in the waiting room.
Yeah.
And he'll sell you
Masks.
scares,
They call them
temporary
scares.
scares, which are a skeleton, the Birdman, which is Alec Baldwin's character, where
Yeah.
he stretches his face out thin,
Right.
and then the Medusa, which is Gina Davis's character, where she makes her head large.
It's where Beetlejuice has a whole bunch of snakes coming out of his head.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I think they just totally. First of all, look, Beetlejuice never does the Birdman, so that should be out.
Yep.
That just shouldn't be
Yep.
in there.
Yep.
Just shouldn't be in there. And it doesn't matter because all the fucking scares do the same fucking thing. They just let Beetlejuice shoot a fireball.
Yep.
That's all. Some are more powerful. Like there's an ogre scare where his head turns into an ogre's head, and it's a more powerful fireball. You wouldn't know that based on anything other than shooting the fireball at a monster and being like, oh, that it killed a monster faster than when I was wearing the Medusa scare.
And you have to, like, if you really want to even remotely try to be effective at this game, you would have to stomp so many beetles and just fucking max out.
Load. Yeah.
How many? Because otherwise, Beetlejuice cannot hurt enemies. Only stomping those beetles.
You can't defeat bosses unless Beetlejuice has a scare, which was infuriating because the first boss that I fought, it's really fucked up because like the bosses, they don't have a life bar. So first of all, there's no indicator of how tough they are. That first boss, I kept fucking hitting.
Is
with
that Otho?
fireballs.
Is he the first boss?
I don't know. I couldn't tell if that was who it was supposed to be.
Okay.
It was a guy with some bug spray.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I would throw a fire. I was skeleton Beetlejuice. I got the skeleton scare because I like classic skeleton. You can't go wrong. Tried and true. And I was shooting fireballs at this boss, and it seemed to be hurting him because every time it would hit him, he would fly backwards. I had purchased 2 skeleton scares. I burned completely through the first one. I was like, damn, this guy is tough. All right, press pause. That's how you pull up the menu where you select your scare. Select skeleton, the second skeleton, throw that scare on, threw all my fireballs at him again. Because there's a limited use. Once you like throw out a certain number of fireballs, the scare is used up.
Basically like
away.
3. So you can just like have it for like a second, just done.
Yeah. And if anything hits you while you're wearing the scare,
Done.
Scare's gone.
Yeah.
So I blew through 2 entire skeleton scares, and I hadn't killed the boss. And he's still there. There I am. There's nothing. I mean, like, can't hurt him as Beetlejuice. There's these ledges, and I thought maybe there's something with the ledges. There's not. There's nothing. I mean, you can just jump on there.
They're there. I thought they're there to trick you.
Yeah.
Because, okay, the thing is, you cannot kill him with fireballs. You have to knock him off the level.
You can kill him with fireballs.
Oh, you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, wait. Tell me how you knock him off the level, and then I'll tell you how I killed him and see if it, because he did fall off the level, but I didn't realize
You push him off the back of the stage.
with the fireballs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I did.
That's the only way you can kill him.
Okay.
So really the best way to do it is as soon as you go in as a skeleton, bum rush him, and you can hit him twice and he'll fall off the stage. Otherwise, and it's kind of exploiting a glitch almost.
It feels like it.
It kind of is the way like he had to pass the pause for a set. Like you're exploiting through the timing of the game to get up there and do it. Because if you don't rush immediately, if you like walk in and do a fireball, you cannot rapidly fire them enough because he's constantly spraying the bug spray.
Yeah.
You can't spray enough to knock him off. You have to exploit the glitch by hitting him way early. And you can't hurt him from getting behind him.
Right.
So like the Joe on the ledge, he goes to the other side of the screen, hit him from behind. Nope, you just lose.
Yeah.
And the thing is, like, if you run out of skeleton scares,
You're done.
and if you die,
You go back
start
to the
back
house.
in that room. If you get a continue and press start, you start back in the room again.
Wait. Not in the room with the boss.
Really?
Yeah, because I died and it started me back out with the Ruby Tuesday lanterns.
Okay. Maybe because I could have sworn when I hit my continue, I was like, good, I'm in this fucking room again till I restart the entire game.
I'm not saying you're wrong, because
Okay.
I totally can believe that there are certain games that you play and you just kind of feel like this wasn't programmed right. Mm-hmm. This is one of those games. So like, I can totally believe that you had an experience where you continued and you were right there back with the boss. What happened to me was I went back to not the beginning of the level, but at that house with the Ruby Tuesday lights. I could not figure that fight out. I spent probably 20 minutes on that fight until I decided, well, fuck it, YouTube, here I come, and watched it and was like, okay, well, that's bullshit, but I'll go ahead and do that.
It is bullshit. It's complete and total bullshit. But then you go from there, what's after that?
The sewer.
The sewer, which there are monsters that you have to scare.
In order to get through the level. And there's
You have
frogs.
like a super tiny canoe and the frogs, like you can't hurt anything. It's all about this horrible platforming. Make sure you don't press down and B or down and A at any point or you'll fall through
Fall
and
in
die.
the water, yeah.
You have to keep basically grinding out when you see beetles to go just back, get as many fucking scares as you can to blast through any enemies you see.
That disappear when you die. So it's always one of those things where it's like, all right, I mean, I need scares. I guess I got to farm these beetles that I'm going to use to buy scares, and then I'm going to die, and I'm going to have to farm the beetles again.
Because without, oh man, it's so bad.
The football player, the undead football player is the boss of this.
Yeah.
He's easy compared to the
no
bug spray.
glitch or bad things required.
You just hit him with fireballs.
Is you actually go into the house after this?
You do go in the house after that.
And then the house, then it shifts to an overhead view. And basically, once you get in the house is the equivalent of like the worst version possible of World 8 of Super Mario Brothers, because the door that the otherworldly preacher comes through to marry Beetlejuice and Lydia, that door is now like everywhere.
Right.
You go in one and it spits you out a different one, and like I had no clue what's going on. You're trying to get keys, but you can get some keys and not get other keys, and there are kids blocking your way, and the kids are only scared of certain things, so you have to find your way to like different other side-scrolling levels to like get a snake.
Those are supposed to be characters from the movie. They do look like kids,
Yeah.
but they are supposed to be adult people from the movie.
Just look like random kids. None of them even look like.
You're right, but yeah. Okay.
Yeah, one
Sorry.
looks like you have to get a snake, and you scare them with the snake, and they run away. You go further into the house.
You get a mouse.
Another one, like a duck, I think.
It's like the most fucking. Like, I get that Beetlejuice is juvenile, but it's not. I mean, it's pretty dumb when it's like you find a mouse. I can scare someone with this. You're an undead creature. Like
Yeah.
you probably just go up to them and do just an undead thing. They probably move. But no, we'll get a mouse, put it down on the floor next to him.
Like I think he fights death at some point to get like a duck.
This is where I stopped. This is where I stopped playing the game. Like I did not continue past this point.
It's
because
awful.
the game changes 100%. This is what I feel about this level. I don't have any information saying this whatsoever, but what I feel like this was the game. I feel like this level, because it's so long, this level is really, really long, and you meet all of the main characters in the movie in this level. I feel like this was intended to be the game. And then I feel like someone felt like it wasn't enough, and they tacked on side-scrolling levels in front of it and in the end of it. I really think that's what happened.
Yeah.
And I think that's why things get really, really, really weird near the end of the game. And also there's a sewer level where it's like, I mean, they're just throwing things in that like don't appear anywhere.
Nope. Yeah.
So I kind of feel like the house was the game, and then they either felt like it was too short to be the full game, or
it's
something.
It's fucking confusing. I don't understand how you're constantly just avoiding things, the gray boxes to get gray keys to try and unlock doors, some of which will follow you.
There's some alchemist fires and stuff, I guess, that you pick up from these. Like this level looks. Not only does it change perspective, right? It goes overhead, but like the entire aesthetic is different. It's not like when it happens in Contra, because it's jarring when it happens in Contra, right? But it's, but still, it looks like it's the same game. Because it's like, okay, well, I mean, everything kind of still looks the same. It's just a different perspective. This looks entirely different. It's like the sprites look different. The color palettes are wildly different. It's just, it's really fucking awful. I cannot put into words how fucking awful it is.
Because Beetlejuice the movie is like, because it's dark and kind of disgusting, and it's still like a gothic comedy, you would describe it, because it has all those elements in it.
Sure.
And it pokes fun at itself. The closest experience on the Nintendo Entertainment System that you can get to Beetlejuice the movie is not Beetlejuice the game. I would argue it's Maniac Mansion.
I think it's fair.
So if you want to play a game that's fun, makes you think, still has some like creep and scariness factor to it, despite the fact it's just an NES game, like fucking Maniac Mansion. Put Beetlejuice down. Never pick it back up again. Get Maniac Mansion.
I don't think we have to tell anybody put Beetlejuice down.
Yeah.
Like, I've never met a person when we've talked about Nintendo games, like until you and I started doing the show, I've never met a person who's like, oh, dude, you ever play Beetlejuice?
You know who did love Beetlejuice?
The game, the NES game.
Lots of people on YouTube. They said, "Oh, love this game growing up. Great family fun."
You're talking about commenters?
Yes, commenters.
Okay. Commenters.
The commenters.
Are you talking about the plebes?
Yeah, YouTube commenters.
A lot of people in Soviet Russia posted on YouTube.
It brightens my day.
Did you check the names out? Was it various variations of various variations? Well, look, I told everyone we'd be fatigued.
Yep.
Was it variations on Ed Rare?
Yes.
ER?
Ted Bear and Ned Fair, yeah. Game facts, though, because I want to check out. I want to read a walkthrough, what a walkthrough says, and the overall composite score on Game Facts. Mm-hmm. What would you bet Game Facts ranks this difficulty as?
Ranks the difficulty? Mm-hmm. What's the scale?
It says like 1 through 5. But then it also has like a word, though, like too hard.
Okay, the word's
too
scary.
Challenging.
The word is scary.
Scary. Game Facts thinks Beetlejuice for the Nintendo Entertainment System, at the time of this recording, the difficulty is just right.
All right.
Just right.
Okay. How many game facts? How many facts were there?
2.
Okay. So does it take into account, like, are the people writing the fags? Are they the ones who are dictating how difficult it is?
It's all a little known thing. A lot of the game facts for Beetlejuice were written by the Heaven's Gate cult right before they killed themselves to go to the comet in the sky. So,
yeah.
When was the last time you thought about the Heaven's Gate people?
I mean, I'd love to say a long time ago, but I just listened to a podcast where they were talking about them.
Oh, really?
Like a couple months ago.
Okay.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of cult podcasts.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like that. I think culture entertaining. Oh, man. I'm just looking at my notes and just like everything's like, I feel like we've said it. It's just so bad. Because after you beat the house, you go to the top and then you're like behind the house.
I don't care.
And you're going through the sewer.
I don't care.
And then you go to the waiting room.
I don't care.
Yeah.
The vertical maze. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit. This game is bad. Don't fucking play it.
Yeah.
Don't fucking play it. It's like this is the third fucking time it tricked me. Because I was like, maybe it's like I'm an adult now. Maybe it was just hard for kids. Maybe it's just hard for kids. No, it's just a bad fucking game.
It's bad.
It's one of those games where it's like, if you don't know certain things, you're just not gonna fucking finish
Even
it.
if you know certain things, like it's still just like the enemies pop out of nowhere and your hitbox is enormous. And man, like it's to do this is like the same type of mastery like people have to do Silver Surfer.
Ooh,
it's like
really?
you have to have that kind of insane dedication to knowing where everything is and where to jump and make everything.
I get your point, but I think I honestly think that if I watched some gameplay videos of Beetlejuice, I think I could finish it. I don't think I could finish Silver Surfer. Silver Surfer's like upper echelon.
Ridiculous hard. But man, I don't know. I mean, the video I watched, this guy, the TAS video, granted, every time he died, he opened up save, so it looks flawlessly perfect.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm just saying, man. Do you have any achievements?
God damn it. No, I don't have any achievements. Look, we had to record 2 shows.
Yeah.
I got to play a lot of games, man.
Yeah. I
I had to
know.
play a lot of games.
I know.
Gaming websites are blocked at work now also. So it's like I couldn't do any fucking research unless I
Oh, man.
booted up the Tor browser, which I don't know if you've ever used Tor or not.
No.
It takes about remember when you were 15 years old and you used the internet for the first time? It's about that fast. It loads pages about that fast.
Oh, man.
So I wasn't able to do, not like I would do any research for the show at work. That would be pretty unethical. But I wasn't, it just wasn't an option. I'll come up with an achievement. You do
Okay.
yours. You do yours. I'll come up with
I've got one, and it's called Season 1 Uncle Jesse. Do you remember anything particular about Season 1 Uncle Jesse?
Season 1 Uncle Jesse that was different from...
What was his job in Season 1?
Oh, shit. He was an uncle.
Crazy.
He was a professional uncle.
he was an exterminator in his father's exterminating business.
I don't remember.
So you
that.
get season 1 Uncle Jesse by stomping 1,000 bugs to death.
I like it. I'm just now kind of coming to grips with the fact that Uncle Jesse had a dad.
Yep.
I kind of just figured.
He got a quiz for you, Dave. Just random full stuff I was like, I remember. You remember Uncle Jesse's last name?
It was a Greek name. It was like, hold on, Jesse. It was like, Monopoulos.
Quetzalpolis.
I was pretty close.
Yep, you had that Asopoulos part.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got an achievement for you. It's called It's Showtime. And in order to unlock It's Showtime, you turn the game off right after Beetlejuice says it's showtime, which is the very beginning of the game.
Mm-hmm. Man, I
it's not showtime.
We need to Sam just move down here for like a month with us, and we're gonna play through LGN's entire library. And I just want him to make spreadsheets and pie graphs that will quantify how bad it is on like the LGN scale on how to qualify how bad video games are, and then each different game will have a score, and everything. We'll do it up right, because I know Sam is he is the graph man.
Data Master.
Oh man, that's pretty good.
Data Master Troubadour.
The Troubadour Data Master?
Yeah.
All right.
The TDM.
You have been deemed new, Sam. Troubadour Data Master.
Well, I'm tired and would like to stop recording.
Yeah. You sure people hadn't loved this?
Man, I thought this was going to be really fun. Man, that prank call took it just sapped all the energy out of me. And then we started talking about Beetlejuice, which I thought would be fun to shit on, but it was just not fun to remember.
It was so bad. Yeah. It
just wasn't fun to remember at all.
Like shitting on Goonies 2 was a different matter, because it was just
it was bad, but it wasn't horrible.
LGN bad. It's like a whole new it's a whole new thing of bad.
It's really bad. So you want to re-record this when you come back from the wedding?
Uh-huh,
yeah, okay. Hey, Tyler.
Yeah, Dave.
I see you stroking that beard. I know what that means. It's time to get a beard from you.
Yeah.
If you were to give this game a beard, Tyler, what kind of beard would it be?
So you believe there was a monk who lit himself on fire in protest?
Yeah.
Well, for just a second, he had a beard made of fire. That fiery beard is what I give Beetlejuice.
You know, I hear he did that in protest of this game.
Yeah.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I enjoyed that beard. If you were to give this game a pair of glasses, what kind of glasses would it be?
I felt like maybe I've mentioned it before, but the full color, full eye contacts.
Yeah.
That have to go on to make your eyes look completely black.
Right.
Are supposedly very, very painful.
I've heard that.
Jim Carrey had to wear them for the Grinch, and they brought in Navy SEALs to teach him
how to be the Grinch.
How to be the Grinch. How to distract himself from pain so that he could continue on. So I have to give this Jim Carrey's The Grinch full eye contacts, only you had them in for 72 hours straight.
You have to sleep in them. You're forced to sleep in them. Cool.
You want to brighten our spirits with a call or two?
Sure. I got a question for you, though.
Okay.
How much do you think this game is on Amazon?
A penny.
I think you're going to be disappointed.
2 pennies.
This game, Tyler.
$5.
Beetlejuice for the NES, used on Amazon at the time of this recording, is $9.51. Way too much.
Yeah, that's more expensive than Diddy Kong Racing.
I know. That's depressing. That's depressing. Yeah, let's brighten our spirits. Let's prank call Phil Hawkins.
Okay. At least LJN doesn't get any of that money as it keeps getting passed around from collector to collector.
Oh, our prank call money?
All our sweet. You want us to pay more? Throw it to the Patreon. We'll do a prank call podcast, and it'll be about that same quality for an hour.
Yeah, let me find a call. Man, we've gotten a lot recently. We need to do an all-call show for sure. Mm-hmm. All right, here's a call. This is from 810. Hopefully I haven't played it yet. We'll see.
Fucking Tadpog, : This guy here thinking, well, two things. Maybe you should call me shitty blogger, this guy. And, I have a murder fuck Mary for you. Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, and Princess Rosalina. I'd kill Daisy because she's a bitch. I think I'd fuck Peach because otherwise she wouldn't put out. And I'd marry Rosalina because I think she'd put out a lot. Hey, Burton!
Thanks for calling this guy.
Priorities.
Can I just say, Tyler? Mm-hmm. I could eat a peach for hours. That's from a movie.
Mm-hmm. I could too, and I have. I love Peach, Dave. I love Peach.
I know you love Peach. Are you marrying Peach?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to marry Peach for the Peach. I'm going to fuck Daisy because I'm going to have an affair with her handmaiden, Daisy.
Daisy's handmaiden is also named Daisy?
No, Peach's handmaiden is Daisy.
There's a real like Amidala thing going on where it's like, who is the real Peach?
And I guess I've never played Mario Galaxy, so I'm going to kill Rosalina.
All right. I guess I will. I'm going to also marry Peach. I'll tell you why. Because it probably means I get to hang out with Toad. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And we could probably go on some like super mundane adventures together, and I think that would be like really funny. Like, you remember when you and I went to the truck stop?
Dave, let's open these cans. Yeah. All right.
Toad, there's like 80 of them. Man, Toad, you're so crazy.
I'll pick him up, hold him above my head, and you turn the can and take him off. Let's do it.
This is not a joke.
Dave, let's put mothballs in all the cabinet drawers.
I'm on board. I feel like I made a wise decision.
Man, I hope Ken is super boring and that's her imaginary friend. They just do nice stuff like that.
They do nice stuff like open 80 cans.
And I would have to laugh if I came home and they had opened my entire pantry of canned goods and just all sitting in the kitchen floor.
Well, I think that's where you and I are different. So I get to hang out with Toad. We get to go on mundane adventures, open cans. Rosalina. I like Rosalina.
Yeah.
I'm going to bed Rosalina, I think. And then Daisy, just by default. I don't have anything against her, really. But just by default, she's beheaded.
Okay.
Sorry, Daisy.
That's fair.
Got another call. You sound super interested.
Well, I had to take my sleep meds because it's recording late. I'm not feeling them that bad yet, but they're setting in.
Just sleepy time, Tyler?
Uh-huh.
That's where the good canned jokes come from. This is also from 801. Let's see if it's this guy again.
Hey guys, this is Nate from Utah, first time caller. Thank you, Tyler. I just listened to that Pokemon Snap episode. Thank you for making me feel like I wasn't drinking alone tonight. And my question is, this is kind of a throwback, but if you had Mrs. Betty in heaven money, what would your first item or only item, if you could only buy one item that you would buy, not for resale, but for your collection, whatever? Mine would be the Magic the Gathering Alpha set. Thanks. Love you guys. Bye. I love you.
I love you too, because you always have those deep cuts that are really funny to me. Mm-hmm. What was the question?
If we could buy, if we had basically infinite money, from what Miss Betty's, I know what her situation is up in heaven. So what's our holy grail, gaming wise, that we would purchase?
How do I know that you can buy that in heaven?
Well, if you just had, if Miss Betty opened up her Scrooge McDuck bank account, let it rain onto heaven for a little while.
Her heaven treasures.
Her heaven treasure.
So wait,
and it effectively gives you enough money to buy one holy grail.
What's the exchange rate of heaven treasures to US dollars?
One gaming holy grail of your choice.
That just seems wasteful. Man, that's a lot of treasures.
She's man, you know how many treasures she's got up there, man? She's just throwing that shit around. She don't care.
Do you have an answer? Man, and by the way, Nate, thanks for reminding me just how super drunk Tyler was on Pokemon Snap.
I've always kicked myself for selling my Virtual Boy. I don't know if that'd be my one holy grail though.
Yeah, what do they run?
I mean, they're not crazy expensive. It doesn't have to be even. I mean, like you said, Magic the Gathering Alpha set.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a pretty wide net of anything gaming wise like that.
Wonder how much that costs. Probably a shitload.
Yeah, because like that's where all the black, the mana, the Black Lotuses are in that, and they're worth like $25,000. So shit.
I know someone who had a Black Lotus.
Yeah.
The same person that gave you the Pokemon games.
Oh, really? Did? Damn. Does he still have it?
Sold it on eBay. He sold it on eBay, I think, in the late 90s. I mean, he got
a lot of money for it.
Decent money for it, but nowhere near like the money
now?
people sell it for now. If those actually sell. Do you know if they do? I mean,
I imagine few and far between.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I remember when he told
they're
me what he
banned
got.
in like everything. It's just like to have one to complete a set. You know, you can't play with one anymore.
It's magic cred. This might be kind of lame, okay? But here's what I want.
Okay.
And I say it's kind of lame because it's not that expensive, but it's like expensive enough to the point where I have a hard time justifying buying it just outright with my money. And that is, I mean, just because I can't justify it doesn't mean I'm not going to do it in the future, because I really well might. But the Miss Pac-Man cocktail table.
Oh, yeah.
I love that thing. Yeah. That is like the best. The Miss Pac-Man Galaga combo cocktail table. I love that thing. Yeah. I would totally love to have.
It's like $5,000, isn't it?
I mean, somewhere in that range.
In good condition.
Yeah. Oh yeah, in excellent condition. Yeah. Sure.
Things that like. There are a lot of things that I might want just because I had that much money, but I never play with. Like maybe I want a copy of Red River Crossing just because it's super, super rare. Or like,
what is that?
It's an Atari game about Moses, but it's like $10,000. Like it's incredibly rare. It's a bad game, but it's just a collector's item.
I mean,
so if it's something I can functionally use, maybe over in the corner to have a pump it up machine.
That would be cool.
I would very much enjoy. That'd be some good cardio to get in like every single day. So yeah, maybe a pump it up machine.
That you've modded to play Red River Crossing.
Yes,
it is Red River Crossing.
Pretty sure it's Red River Crossing.
It's not like Red Sea Crossing or anything like that.
Maybe it's Red Sea Crossing. That's a good point. Okay. Maybe it is Red Sea Crossing. I'm just thinking River City Rampage.
I really hope
River City Ransom.
I really hope it's like the most secular people in the world made a Bible game. Is what I hope it is. It's just like, hey, anybody know what Moses did? No, okay. I mean, I guess we'll just make.
He jumped across the Red River. Okay, all right.
Well, click. All right, well that part's done. Did he do anything else? No. Didn't he have like stone tablets or something, right?
Yeah, like he held them.
Yeah. Click. All right, game's programmed.
Or like maybe to have like a really classic, awesome like arcade machine setup to pick like 100 arcade machines of my choice to fill a room.
Oh,
would be pretty nice.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
But something practical, I'm going to use pump it up machine. That's my answer. I'll go with that.
All right. Plenty of calls left. I feel like it seems like Sleepy Time Medicine's kind of like kicking in more. Is that accurate?
I'm okay. I can do one more.
One more?
Yeah.
This is from St. Zach.
Let's do two more.
All right, here we go. St. Zach, you're on.
TADPOG Nation, St. Zach here. I'm sitting on a plane about to take off for Korea, and figured I'd give you guys a call.
Oh.
It was a little hard separating from the wife this morning, and especially when tears were shed on her part, because she's the strong one. Anyway, I was going to ask you guys, what's the roughest part that you remember in your lasting marriage / relationship, in case somebody's on who's not married, but the most trying times that you've had as a couple? Now, sorry to bring up all these dark ones, but yeah. Well, this is mine. Leaving my wife to go to Korea to fight for the country. But anyway, talk to you later. And you know what? Since it's really, really dark, vecting up left. Bye-bye.
Well, I mean, look at the bright side. I mean, you're probably gonna experience something worse than that eventually. Like, I mean, I'm not trying to be a dick, but it's like right now, this is a thing that's pretty much like out of your control. I mean, something might happen. I'm not saying it, and I hope it doesn't, but something might happen where something is definitely within one of your control. And oops, man, I don't want to answer this question at all. Here's what I love. Man, we're kind of down from talking about Beetlejuice. Let's take a few calls and lift our spirits. Yeah, okay. Hey, what's the fucking worst time you've ever had in your marriage?
I mean, I've got an answer for it, but I mean, it's sad.
I don't want to do it. I don't. I'm serious.
Yeah.
I don't want to answer it. I don't want to hear your answer.
Zach, if you want to hear my answer, text me. Call me. We'll talk about it.
Likewise. I want to extend that as well. It's just not one of those things that, man, I don't feel like this
I'm
episode
sure
needs
Meg
that.
would be totally happy if I were to just talk about this. She'd love it.
But look on the bright side, man. It might get worse.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, we need a palate cleanser. I know Taryn called at some point.
All right, here's a 270 number. Let's see if it's Taryn.
Hello, TADPOG.
Yes.
It is Princess Consuelo Banana Hammock. I had to think about my name there for a second because I'm not the thief anymore. Hope you guys are doing well. I am super behind on shows, so please don't hate me. I'm like 3 F's back, which I think is pretty good because I know some people are probably like 8 or 9 episodes.
That's not super
or
back.
Maybe even further back. So I think I'm doing okay. I am currently in Dallas, Texas. I just went to my 107th Dave Matthews Band show. It was fantastic. I'm going to my 108th show tomorrow back in Houston in my new city that I live in. But the reason I'm calling in my question is that
I'd like you guys to tell me the hardest part of your marriage ever. That would be great. I feel like that would be super great if that was your question.
I just got back from my 107 concert. It was really hard for me to leave. What's the hardest?
I was also hoping that when she said it was my 107th Dave Matthews concert, and there was that little bit of pause, I was hoping she was going to say exactly like 106 others that I went to.
I realized, what have I done? By the time you hear this, I will have killed myself. I love you guys. Say goodbye.
All right, I guess I have planned.
I had to reach in my brain. I was like,
That was good.
Dave Matthews reference. Save Dave Matthews reference. I'll see you guys in
Ants
Big
marching.
Whiskey and the Grugruxki.
You should craft that whole sentence like, guys, I'm feeling a little drunk from my Big Whiskey and the Grugux King, and I just want to call and say that things have just been too much recently. I just can't handle all these ants marching. It's time for me to say goodbye.
On Halloween.
Man, there's some Dave Matthews fans out there who just got that joke. All right, sorry, I stopped your call. Here we go. Please forgive me, Taryn.
one of the deciding factors of me driving to Dallas today is that Dallas has a little restaurant chain called In-N-Out Burger. And if you've never had In-N-Out Burger, you are truly missing on
That's
a
as far
fine,
east as
fine
it exists then.
So I had a cheeseburger animal style and French fries animal style, where they put cheese and grilled onions and this sauce on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like, it's a wet dream is what it is. It's unbelievable. And I wish they would come to Houston, but they're mainly Texas, Utah, Nevada, and California. But anyway, my question is, what's your favorite fast food burger?
You got an hour?
Not sit-down restaurant, fast food. Hope you guys are doing great. I would love to call in on a show or Skype on a show or whatever you guys would like me to do. And, yes, I'm still alive. I know there's a question that I might not be. And P.S., fuck you, Micah Purdue, for 1 penny, 1001. That is some bullshit, and you know it. I will shank you probably not because I live in Texas and you're really far away. But if I ever see you, you may get the shank. I'm just saying. Keep up the good work. I love the show still, of course, and hope you guys are doing well. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.
Thanks for calling, Taryn.
It's pretty good. It's a good question.
Come back.
Yeah,
sit
please,
down and record with
please.
us.
Or, I mean, you've got money to buy some awesome recording equipment, and we'll scap you in and be fine.
Let us record this show on stage with Dave Matthews.
Have him come in with you.
We'd love to set the podcast to Dave Matthews music.
My favorite fast food burger.
Mm-hmm.
See, it was very good. My In-N-Out animal style Flying Dutchman, I believe it's called.
Where'd you have that?
Las Vegas. That's really good.
What is animal style? Is it the sauce that makes it animal
Cheese,
style?
grilled onions, and the sauce. Yeah.
What's the sauce?
I think it's sort of like Big Mac sauce, but it's better.
It's animal parts.
It's animal. Yeah.
They just find animals and
Just
they keep
blood.
They keep throwing them in a vat, and then they just close it up and put it in the storage shed, and then you know how when potatoes go bad and they start leaking that fluid? It's kind of like that, but with animals.
We've got our traditional, we both love the Angry Whopper.
I do love an Angry Whopper.
I don't know if my favorite fast food sandwich ever.
Oh, it's definitely not mine. Not my favorite one ever. I know you like Five Guys.
Yeah, I do love Five Guys. That is fast food. I think In-N-Out is the best fast food there is.
I've never had In-N-Out.
Compared to you can get better food other places, but as far as fast food is concerned, In-N-Out is the best.
When Nikki and I went to Spain, we went to Malaga for our honeymoon. I told her, I was like, we rented a car and we were driving around and we saw a McDonald's. And I was like, we are definitely stopping at Spanish McDonald's. This is happening.
Mm-mm.
This is a thing. We're going to experience how different it is, how novel it will be. So we went in, not very different. The main difference was it wasn't busy. It was pretty much us in there. And it was lunchtime. But no, the menu wasn't crazy different or anything. They had a few things that was just, I guess, just regional. When we went to Albuquerque and they had that green chili on everything, even at McDonald's, it was kind of like that. Honestly, I think locally at least, the best burger that I can get is a place called The Station.
Yeah.
And they do that cool business where they do it station style, which is they chop up bacon and put it in the meat and they grill the bacon in there with the hamburger meat. That's a good burger. Mm-hmm. It's probably no In-N-Out burger, but like I said, I've never had an In-N-Out burger. I need to make a pilgrimage out west to the first.
Yeah, I didn't know Dallas. That's not that bad. That's a lot closer than I thought they all were. Because I'm just trying to. I can think of a lot of fast food burgers that I really like. The Angry Whopper, the Black and Blue from Backyard.
Man, I forgot about Backyard. Mm-hmm. I used to get Backyard burgers all the time. Is that a regional thing? Do they have those outside of the southeast?
No idea. I mean, Chick-fil-A spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah,
hard to say. There are very few chains that I will say have just a really, really good fast food burger. In-N-Out being one of them. Station, it's not corporate. I feel like anything that's fast food, not corporate, is really good.
There's another place here called Just Hamburgers.
Very, very good.
It's really good, except that's the place I ate that black fry. Remember?
Yeah. I know there's a place called Blues around town that has fantastic burgers.
Yep.
So man, yeah, it's hard. I'll have to go. I have to go with Taryn and say the In-N-Out burger.
Okay. I need to go for our honeymoon, Tyler. Let's go to In-N-Out.
Done. I mean, it's pretty good. Wrapped up we got burgers, some dark calls, some prank calls, some Beetlejuice bashing and singing praises to the Lord and scary stories. It's all right.
This is a classic example of how my grandmother would put it, petering out. We done petered out on this episode, Tyler, I feel like. But, I mean, cut us some slack, right?
Doubles are hard.
Yeah. It's been a long-ass time since we've done a back-to-back.
Yeah.
And I had a big burrito in between episodes, so there's that, too. Feels like there's snakes in my belly, Tyler.
I bet so.
Feels
I
like
bet
there's
so.
snakes in my belly.
It's like you got the Medusa power up in your belly. Thanks for listening, everybody. You can find us on iTunes, SoundCloud, and Stitcher.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I'm just going to interrupt you.
No, please.
Because I'll forget this. I actually had in mind to use this as an intro story one time. Completely forgot. When I was about 6 years old, I remember my aunt was in med school, and she had an anatomy textbook. And I remember looking at it when I was a kid, and I remember being intrigued with the intestines because I was like, I don't understand how this works. Because I know that poop comes out of your butt. Like that's a thing that happens, but I don't know how it works. So I looked at the anatomy textbook, and I remember figuring out that what happened is in this diagram, all those squiggly intestines, they're actually that's actually poop, but it's in a wrapper. It's in a wrapper, and when you poop, the wrapper stays inside of you, and then the poop's just squeezed out of it.
It's pretty good.
I wasn't entirely wrong.
Yeah, you're not entirely wrong.
So the next time, Tyler, please think of me when you're on the toilet. Think about your poop wrapper.
Where you can find us.
I'm really just trying to stall until your sleep medicine, because I could tell your sleep medicine is about 60% in right now. I feel like if I could just stall for like 5 more minutes, we're gonna hit some Tadpog gold.
Because well, after when Wiley and Laura were on for the board game episode, I had to get up early the next day, so I had to take my sleep medicine early, and it hit me hard that day.
I know.
Right now, I had to get up early with Kenna tomorrow. Meg has to get up and go to work early, so like. By the time we get done with this, I'll need to go to bed shortly after. So I had to take. It takes me about now like 3 hours to set in. So I had to take it, around 9 o'clock.
It's not even midnight, Tyler. It's not even midnight.
Shouldn't have even kicked in yet. Next week we'll be doing. Let's see,
Tailspin.
This will be Monday's game. So our 15th ranked game, Banjo Tooie.
Yep.
Which Nicole will be on. She's very excited about that one.
Excellent. So we don't have to play it then.
No, because I worry about playing this one. There's some things on this list that playing it backwards is a hindrance because we play Banjo Tooie, and from what I was reading about it on Dorkley's list, did I say IGN earlier? I probably did. Dorkley's list that they enjoyed Banjo Tooie because you start off right where Banjo Kazooie, the first one, leaves off.
Excellent.
You have all the power-ups. You don't have to go through and get everything again. You
Which I haven't played.
Fully stocked. I haven't played it either. I have no idea.
Great. Excellent.
So it's going to be interesting.
But it's going to suck really bad when we go in, because the first Banjo game is on the list as well. And now I feel like we're going to play that, and it's going to feel like, oh, well, I don't have all this cool shit.
Why can't I? Yeah.
Also, I don't know how long those games are, but I just assume they're crazy long.
Probably.
Yeah. So, I mean,
play as much as we can. Nicole will fill in the gaps.
So, I mean, we're screwed. You especially, because you're going to be at a wedding for 4 days.
Uh-huh. So, we'll see what I can do. I'll try to work something out. Let's see. Other shit Monday. I don't know what's in the books, but we're enjoying this bad NES kick of mascots and cartoon characters.
I don't know when we've got an all calls scheduled, but I mean, we got plenty
enough
of calls.
that we need to. That wouldn't be bad.
I wouldn't say we need to, but we could.
Okay.
Also, I'm totally down with your Tailspin. You know I am.
Mm-hmm. Tailspin? Okay. Tailspin or Yo-Noid. We talked about both of those.
Or Yo-Noid, yeah. Here's the deal, though.
Cool spot. I have to make sure Sean Miller's in for that, though.
I know. I feel like Tailspin might not be horrible, and Beetlejuice was horrible. So I need a little bit of
a good palate cleanser.
Yeah, I need a little bit of that.
Okay,
we'll figure it out.
Yeah. You know what we still love?
Hand jobs.
Well, yeah, everybody needs a Howard Johnson. But what we need for the show, it's still
Brandon
hand jobs.
Johnson.
It's Brandon. 5-star written iTunes reviews.
Yes.
It's the biggest marketplace. It might not be where you hear your podcast, but it would help us out a lot. Even if you just download time-loaded downloads. Downloaded iTunes.
Feeling sleepy.
Downloaded iTunes, made an account just to leave us a 5-star written review, then delete it, then be done with it.
Yes.
That would be awesome. It helps us out, helps us grow the show, and plus we try to further incentivize you to do that. If there's a game you want us to play, even if it's Beetlejuice again.
Even if it's the last half of Beetlejuice.
If it's Beetlejuice, right after, followed up by Sunset Riders, and then ending with Beetlejuice again, leave that in review. There's a guest host you want on it. So, like, if you want Tyler Dunnigan to wonder why we're doing this shit, because he won't know what's going on. If you want that, or something like it, include that in your 5-star written iTunes review. And we promise that we will get to that
eventually. Also, if you want us to do an episode 4 hours after Tyler takes his sleepy time medicine and he's forced to stay awake, leave that in your review, because I think that would be funny.
And I drink a little bit of pure grain.
Yeah. Don't worry, guys. Like Tyler said, we're going to be back. We're going to be talking about something. It might be Banjo-Tooie. In the meantime, you can always find us at tadpog.com. That's where the show notes live. We are on Facebook. You can find us at facebook.com/tadpog. There's a lot of cool people there, and they are doing a lot of cool shit. Tyler will normally make an episode post there, and that is the best way to let us know how you feel about this particular episode. If you feel like letting us know what the darkest time in your marriage was, you can do that there if you want. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not really promoting that idea, but hey, I mean, Zach might appreciate it. I don't know.
I know what he needed. I know what he was asking for. And he can get it. Just in the private sector. That's all. That's all.
We're on Twitter. You can find us at TADPOG.
I talk about my sexual misadventures. That's all. That's all.
Wait, I thought you were an open book on this show.
I'm an open book about someone peeing in my mouth, but not about.
Let's face it. The hardest part of both of our marriages has been this podcast.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Married to a priest, friends with like 3 or 4 priests. Yeah. Yeah.
So there's your answer. You can find us on Twitter. We are at tadpog_podcast. It's cumbersome, I realize. Thank you for everybody who is retweeting us, especially our episode tweets. They really help get the word out. And just thank you for everybody who tweets at us. That's cool too. Mm-hmm. You can call us if you want. You can call us if you leave us your prank call. Leave us your best prank call. 270-883-2555. You can text us if you want. I'll probably fuck up reading it, so try to keep your voicemail under 3 minutes. We do have a Patreon. Sleepy time medicine ain't cheap, so
nope.
So if you feel like you got some value out of this and you want to chip in a few dollars,
plenty of tangents and negativity and everything on this one.
All kinds of great stuff.
Gotta get good trademark. I'm trademarking. Whoop, there it is. Awesome Jesus right now.
Look, where else are you going to hear about Poop Rapper? That's where else are you going to hear that? You can do that if you want to at patreon.com/tadpog. Thank you, heartfelt thank you for everybody who has donated to us. I do promise that I will be reading your names in an upcoming episode. Our theme song, Tyler, what is that?
Now I'm trying to picture in my mind how I meant that song to be sang.
Try it.
What? Jesus is awesome. What? Jesus is awesome. What? Can't hear you, turn it up.
I'd love to set that to music.
Hey, all you wild Christians, scream.
What was that song? Do you remember that song that was super popular? Probably when we were both in high school. Was it Can I Get a Witness?
Pony.
No, Pony was.
You're talking about Stomp.
Stomp, yeah.
Yeah, that was Kirk Franklin. That was his. Yep. Wait, can I get a witness? Oh yeah, we at church ain't going nowhere. Yeah.
Well, one of the lyrics was like, "JC, can you hear me?" Right?
JC. Yep. Because I remember there's a comedian, a comedian doing a bit about how Kirk Franklin would get into it, and they knew one day he was gonna slip up and say, "Oh yeah, Jesus coming up, yeah, oh fuck, damn it, no." Oh, I had that CD and listened to that on repeat. Mm-hmm. Fuck, man, me and Brandon of Axelay fame, we listened to Kirk Franklin and I don't know the rest, Kirk Franklin and something all the time.
Was there like a whole album?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
One good song.
The rest are completely different. They're power ballads. The rest of them are you wrote essentially and sent them in.
That's calling out Kirk Franklin for stealing all my lyrics.
And he intros every song. Hi, I'm Kirk Franklin. This song is set to Whoop There. And then he goes right into the song.
You guys want to know my influence? That's Jesus.
Our intro song, Tyler.
Mm-hmm. It's Moves by Sycamore Drive. A link to that track can be found in the show notes. TADPOG.com.
Excellent. How would you like to close this one out?
Like Kirk Franklin.
Okay. All right. Done.
So until next time, Tropical Capricorn ain't going nowhere. Tadpog, are you with me? Oh yeah, Gooters all up, going nowhere. Take him down to the basement. Freaking blast him. Tadpog's getting poon all over the place.
First Tadpog shirt. Gooters all up in the place. Is that what it is?
That's something like that.
We just play that ad for him.
Do you want to forge alliances, Phil? Do you want to battle in real time? Rule and be king? Game of war, Phil.
No, maybe we just gave him free advertising.